Hi, welcome back. I'm Trevor Lund, the pastor of Harvest Community Church. I want to thank you for your comments from the last video, and it's great hearing about what God is doing in your life. You know, I'm happy to recommend any church in Beaumont to you, and I can probably introduce you to the pastor as well. We have a great group of pastors here in town, and it's great to be part of that association. Now, you'll remember last time I didn't tell you what to listen for when you're praying with other people, but I also promised that I'd share with you what I listen for when I pray with other people. When I first came to Harvest, I had to tell them, listen guys, you have not heard me preach and I have not heard you pray. And when my wife and I joined with them for prayer, I was very excited when I heard how they prayed. I was listening to see if they prayed in faith or in fear, and I was so happy to hear them pray in faith. I was listening to see if they were praying for themselves or others, and I was so excited to hear them praying for people to come to know God specifically. They were praying for specific people. I was listening to hear if they cursed or if they blessed their community. And once again, I was so happy to hear them pray for the government, for the administrators, for the people who work to make Beaumont a better place. So for myself, praying with the people of Harvest Community really confirmed that this was where God wanted me to be. I don't believe that's just for pastors. I believe all of us have to be placed just where God wants us to be. I believe that we're all called to specific churches, and you need to be listening as well. Where is God wanting to place you? Now, there was a time that I wasn't a pastor and I didn't follow my own advice. My wife and I had moved to New Zealand, and we were wondering where God wanted us to be. And I was kind of directionless. I didn't know why I was supposed to be there. And we decided to go look at the churches in town and figure out where we should go. Now, there was one church that had an incredible prayer meeting, and they met early every morning. And one day my wife would go, the next day I would go. We didn't have people to take care of our kids, so we couldn't go at the same time. And we would go there, and there'd be a couple people playing guitar, and they would sing a little, they would sing a verse, they would pray a little, they would pray a verse, they would, it was just fluid and flowing and very natural and very soothing and very, for me, powerful. It was wonderful. We really felt loved by the people there, and we were really encouraged to be there. Gathered with them for prayer. We went for a service Sunday morning, and the rows of the pews were gathered, and it was just too tight for me. And there was a guest speaker who wasn't trained, and it was not really good. And we took our kids to their room, and it was all like mold infested, and it was just, we didn't leave our kids there. And I decided right there and there I should go to the church that was opening the door for me to teach. And we went there, and it was a great, we made great friends there. And one of the things I wanted in New Zealand was to really connect with God. And what I didn't know, this church that met early in the morning for prayer, that we connected so well with in prayer, they were just about to open a brand new building, and their pastor came back from a missions trip, and he was on fire. And there was, they had some really incredibly powerful meetings that I totally missed out of, because I went to this church that I was able to speak in and felt safe and unchallenged, and I don't think it was what I needed while I was down there. I didn't listen to my own advice. So that's part of my story. Now I want to hear yours. Use the comments below to share about finding a new church, or how God led you to a new church, or what you're looking for in a church. That really helps me to know how we can serve the people that God may be bringing to us. And I would just encourage you to take that time and leave it in the comments below. Read the comments other people have left and comment on those. I really thank you for being a part of this journey. Now, you don't want to miss the next video that we have for you. You'll be introduced to some people who make Harvest their home and hear why Harvest is their home. And it's going to be a lot of fun.